Hello, Tik Tok family. I'm coming on here to do 2 readings that were scheduled ahead of time. If you're coming on, can you tell me if you can hear me okay? I've got some allergies here, so I'm doing my peppermint gum, which usually helps. But I feel like I'm clearing my throat. Me. Hi, Reese. Oh my God, I love your name. You know why? One of the reasons why is I call my my younger sister, instead of Teresa, we call her Reese. Risa. Have I given you a reading before? Hey, nature inspired artist. For those of you who reached out while I'm waiting for the people who I have a reading scheduled for, hey Liz. I think we have one person before yours and I am set to go. I'm just wanting at least one moderator. Oh, I did give you a reading. And I think you asked about a Zoom event that I was gonna have. So if anybody's interested, I'm having another one. So if you follow me on here or any social media, you'll see and I'll post that for you. Hey, I haven't seen you forever on here. I don't know what's going on if I need my readers. I haven't seen you forever. I forget how to say your name. Bodana, that's not your name though. I miss you. I haven't seen you forever, but then I haven't been going live very often. So let me go back and say, I did one Zoom event where I had I do mini readings. It's kind of like this. That's right, Shelly, Bo Belly, Fanana, Fo Belly, Shelly. No, I'm just kidding. We have to have some humor in our day, don't we? So I'm doing these Zoom events. They're mostly just women. I'm open to men being there too, but with this female rising energy, I thought it would be great for people to meet like-minded people. So I've been doing these Zoom events and having people meet like-minded people, and then I record them and do mini readings. It's like this, but it's on Zoom. So if you're interested in that, just follow me. I'll be making the next announcement. So I had that one class, sorry Reese, it got filled really quick. And then the second one I'm having October 2nd, that got really, so whatever is the following, I think October 9th, I was thinking about having one around, my energy's better later in the day for readings. So I was thinking about having it 3:30 Pacific Coast time, which would be 6:30 Eastern Coast time. So if you guys are interested in that, I will be posting that. I am not doing a bunch of readings for people, but I can answer some questions until I get at least one moderator. October 9th. Okay, Reese, perfect. Reese, October 9th. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I thought you emailed me, but I will look. Yeah, it's only $40. Normally it's $75 per person, but I know with the holidays coming up, people have to cut some corners. I just cut some coupons today. I was like, we're getting ready. So once using coupons, always using coupons. So let me go back. So Reese, I just made a note to myself to reach out to you, sweetheart. So I definitely will. How do start? Is my third eye open? Are you starting to see, hear, or feel things that are happening? You're welcome, Reese. Before they happen? Are you having premonitions either during the day, like a daydream, or at night? Like the other day, I was like, I think they're going to, what is that called? I can't think of the name now. Pressure wash. I think they're going to pressure wash our sidewalk. I don't know why I think that, but I feel like they're going to pressure wash our sidewalk. And the following week, they pressure washed our sidewalk. I've lived here for 2 years and never seen it. They didn't send out a notice, which they normally do for anything that they're doing. So it was really interesting to me. I know, Michelle, I'm so sorry. I have other readings I'm doing today, so I have to save my energy for that. But I do private readings. So if you're ever interested in a reading, you can always just go to my website, which is peace-serenity. Or I do, on occasion, if you're following me, I do come on here late in the evening. I think that's Reese, how I gave you a reading. I just saw you on there perhaps and gave you a reading. So I do offer free readings. I try to make my service available to everybody and with all kinds of needs. And so these are prepaid and pre-set up, so I have to save my energy for them, but I do send you some blessings, okay? Yes, okay, and that's how Reese got her reading. I'm gonna spit out my mint. I don't see, Sophia, are you here? Because she's the other reading I'm gonna give. Liz, I know you're here, thank you for holding on. I know, how are you? You finally see me online. Look at your beautiful face. They call you Momo? I have a good friend in Campbell. My special needs sister goes, Momo, because she loves Momo. Loves Momo. It was spot on in the reading and the best experience I've ever had, and I'm forever grateful. Reese, thank you. Thank you. Liz, let's start your reading right now. I don't have a moderator on here. Yeah, Momo, I love that. I love that. And you guys, I'm going to be silly today, so I'm going to do 2 of the scheduled readings. Hey, Kim. It's my moderator. Kim, you're amazing. Thank you for being here. I love you to the moon and back. So, let's see. Cannot see. And if you're Sophia, say, I'm Sophia. I can't see. For some reason, I cannot see. Oh, that is Sophia. So Sophia's here. So Kim, I have, thank you, baby girl. I have 2 readings today. Thank you. I'm reading where it says I'm Sophia, but I have to get readers. I cannot read what that says. And then also Liz, L-I-Z, I think it's H something. Thank you guys for being patient. I love doing this. Not only giving the readings for people here, but the people you're watching. So Liz, K-O-H-29, that's Liz. And so I'm only doing 2 readings today. I'm going to do some silly things with my children's books after this too. And you're the other one. Okay, so we got it. Okay, so God and angels surround this group with love and light. And we're ready to go. Sophia, the way that I like to do my readings is I like, when I'm doing group readings, even now, they're like yelling things at me. So to hone in on your energy, it's better if you ask me who you want to hear from. I don't need to know their name. I know people usually have like 3 people that they want to hear from, but like who's most on your mind. And Liz, you're right after this, sweetheart, so I got you. I did write some things ahead of time on my notes. I'm like Teresa Caputo. I go like this. Thank you, Momo. So, Sophia, you want to hear from your friend. Oh, nope, that's not the person I'm reading. So this should only be Sophia, and what's going to happen is you'll find yourself muted. Even if you say this is a great reading or this is my sister, I'm getting ready to do a reading for Sophia. She's the only one who should be talking right now. You'll find yourself getting muted. I can ask questions after. As you see my moderator going, please don't take that personally. When I am lucky enough to give you a reading, we'll do the same to you, for you, because it creates a safe spot. So Sophia, I don't see you commenting. And you're only muted for 1 minute, and then as long as you understand the rules. Yeah. So Sophia, I am ready for you, sweetheart. You do have a lot of feminine energy around you, so I was wondering if your mom or grandmother is crossed over. But Sophia, we are waiting. I'm like playing that game. Da dun 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 da dun 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 bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Are you here? Where did you go? I wonder, you know what, sometimes this happens where it freezes. Oh, you think your comments are delayed? Yeah. Did you log off and come back? Just do testing, right? Testing so I can see. Sometimes it helps to log off and come back. There we go, you're on. So if you wanted to do this where you say, who did you want to hear from today? I sent 2 comments, I don't know if you saw, I hadn't yet. So let's just pretend like this is the first time I'm seeing you. And welcome if you're here, I'm in the middle of a reading, so if you find yourself muted, it will only be for a minute, just so you know, okay? Thanks, Kim, for being here. So Sophia, yeah, like who did you want to hear from today? I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they were to you. But I'm telling you, you have female energy around you for sure. If for some reason it bumps you off, I may jump over to, okay, perfect. Your guardian angel, okay. Is your grandmother crossed over? Is your grandmother crossed over? Because this is the way it works. Sometimes people become like your guy. Yes, you guys had to be close. And the reason why is I don't know if you're Latina, but I kept seeing the movie Encanto, and I kept seeing the grandmother with Maribel. So they always will show me something like that. I also started writing things down. I just put like mom or grandma. Yes, is it making sense to you? And she kept saying Portuguese, thank you, very similar. Yep, it will be like close to. If it were off, I'd be like, nope, we don't have it right then. She kept saying that she wants to show you what a good manifester you are. And I have a feeling she had healing. You guys like have home remedies. Do you know what I mean? She was indeed a healer, because I feel like in your family, she's laughing, by the way. When you got sick, they would be like, get bay leaves and mentholate them in a hot water bottle and put it on your chest. Do you know what I mean? I feel like before I go to the doctors, and still till this day, there's home remedies. Does that make sense to you when I say that, Sophia? And if you're finding yourself muted, it's because I'm in the middle of a reading. Thank you for being here. You'll only be, yes, it makes sense. Okay, so she's a healer. That means that you are indeed a healer. And I can tell you that healers, born healers, don't feel like they're a healer, because this is why. You're here to inspire other people. And so you have a beautiful light around you. And then people will love you being there for them. And healers therefore tend to have relationships early on with narcissists, and so you've had your fair share of being there for people. But I'm feeling like, and being burnt, but I'm hearing like you have okay, hold on, that's too many messages. I feel like you've had your fair share of that, and you're just now learning boundaries. Does this make sense to you? And who is the artist? Or are you guys just very colorful? Because here's the other thing. I've had these relationships and I've been burnt many times. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And healers don't feel like healers. Yes, definitely on that journey. Okay, so this is making sense to you. She keeps saying that one of the things that she wants to help you with is to understand how magical you are and what a good manifester you are. It's like life sometimes happens to us. I understand that. But she's like, she wants to help you get the courage and the strength to know that where you feel more empowered. She keeps saying that word, where you don't feel like life's happening to you, where you feel like you're a participant, like you're steering the boat. And it's been a long time, but she's telling me that you've been in relationships where you've helped other people be magical and manifest things, and then they've gone, so you feel like a doormat kind of used. And I always say to healers, to other healers, it's okay to be of service, but not a servant. A servant is when you're running around doing everything for other people, you're cooking them homemade soup, and you're running by McDonald's for you on the way home because you didn't eat anything. Does that make sense to you? I feel like you're going to start laughing when I say this. And I don't know if you're just now starting to wear more colors or why I see art around you, but I do. I feel like I see teal and red and yellow. It reminds me, I had a friend, I can't remember where she was from. This is making perfect sense, perfect. She was from, I think from Argentina. And she came out here when she was quite young, and she was an artist, and she was like, Julie, I had to make my own paint because the American colors are so dull. And like, look at me, I'm wearing black and white. You have a lot of people doing this kind of thing. Yes, so you're starting to be creative again. This is where she's saying, go for this. And she's saying that you're also, it's challenging for you because you're sensitive, but you're also the chain breaker. So it might be other people in your family are like, marry a good man. And you're like, is that the only goal I have in my life? So just feel, in a way you feel a lot like Maribel. You're the one who's like getting picked on for standing out, but yet you're the one who's gonna help the family if they so choose. Right now it's just for you. So she's saying go the distance and everything that you want to do. And you kind of have to get to the point where you go, F it. I've helped other people my whole life, and where has it got me? Don't allow those selfish thoughts to come in, because it's not selfish. Hi, and you might get muted, but thank you for being here. I'm right in the middle of a reading, but thank you for being here. I am very different from my family, and you're spot on. Yeah, I need to know how mom died. Okay, I actually think that she just got muted for a minute by accident because I saw, or was that someone else? I need to know how my mom died. That didn't belong to Sophia. Thank you, moderator, because this is where I get sucked into reading the thread. If you're just coming on, read the comments for my moderator. You will get muted. Don't take it personally. We would do this for you. That was someone else. Okay, I was like, I don't see your mom passed away. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so your grandmother says, and anybody else listening, she wants to give you guys this gift, because I feel like your grandmother was very helpful, and your grandmother is very strong. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if she raised herself or her siblings, but she feels very wise, and it's a force to reckon with. Like, I don't want to be on the bad side of your grandmother, and I don't know if she would throw a shoe when she would get mad at somebody, but I feel like I'm going to get hit in the back of the head with a shoe. So I don't know if your culture does that or why I'm feeling that, but I'm telling you she's shown. Yeah, that's like in Coco where the grandmother gets the, yeah, isn't that Coco where the grandmother gets the shoe and she throws it? Yeah, so she's showing it to me. So she's a force to reckon with. She shows me that. Hold on, say the other thing that you were going to say. So get yourself a candle. I like white candles. The tea light candles are perfect. And get a journal and start writing what you want, and look into the flame of the candle and picture it. Even if you feel like you're pretending, if you can add inspirational music, that's even better. She raised 8 children, yes, and you never got to meet her, so I'm not sure. Okay, I'm telling you, she was a force to reckon with. And for some reason, she's around you because you would be like, you would be doing everything that she would want to have done if they didn't tell her that her only duties were to raise kids and get married, which they did. And she raised her siblings. Do you know what I mean? But I know our culture is with tough women. She's saying who did not have their dreams fulfilled. They were helping other people so that the men looked really great and like, oh, grandpa achieved this. It's like, well, hey, I was the one who did all of that. And so she's making me feel like, you know how they'll say behind every strong man is a strong woman. I have a feeling like you're saying like, I'm never going to stand behind a man. I'll stand besides a man or in front of a man, but I am not standing behind. Yep, 100%. And wanted to be the one that stopped the cycle. You wanted to be. And you will. She's just yelling you need courage and you need empowerment. She said when you use negative self-talk, she's watching you and she's looking around saying, who's she talking about? You're not too late. It's not old. LOM, I've said that exact thing, right? You're not going to stand behind a man. How would I know that? If you watch any of my previous readings, I've never said this before. So she's coming with this force. Don't let your family go, you should get a man. Like, you're not too old. You're not too old. Time hasn't wasted. Every disappointment that you've had, that you've learned like who to trust and not to trust, that will be the reason that you've been successful. So she's saying nothing's been a waste of time. Don't think like, oh, I was in that relationship for 6 years. If I would have known, I would be at a different spot. No, she's saying, because everything that you've learned from that is going to be the reason that you're so successful. I love these things, like what she's saying, because it's like your mess will become your message, your pain will become your gain, and you are really here to inspire other people. And I don't know why I see this, but like I see kids, but not just like little kids. I feel like kids in say it again, sweetheart, kids like in middle school and high school will like look up to you. Do you know what I mean? If you find yourself muted, I'm just in the middle of a reading, but thank you for being here. You won't be muted for long. I'm just in the middle of a reading, but thank you for being here. I keep hearing that song by Katy Perry. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Dun 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 dun. She's making me cry. I'm the worst singer. I don't care, but I have to tell you, she's like, baby girl, you don't have anybody around to like be on your side and have your back and show you how to believe in yourself. And unfortunately, you're going to have to do this for yourself, and your family might be like, she's crazy. Why is she doing that right now? Why doesn't she? There's a lot of like, why are you starting your art right now? Why are you? And just like, let that go. I've been feeling so lost right now, and I don't know where I'm headed career-wise. And yes, and that affects your self-esteem. I can see that. If you find yourself muted, I'm just in the middle of a reading, so it would be like if you walked into a room and you just started talking. So go ahead and go to the side. If I was giving you a reading, we would mute people too. So thank you for being here, but I used to be a preschool teacher, so I always say, mind your manners, please. Hold on one second. Let me see. I don't know if she passed away in December or if your birthday's in December, but she literally just said December. So I have to pay attention to why she showed me that. Hold on. So I do feel family's going to be asking you like, why are you doing this? It doesn't make sense. I get it. Just on a side note, like, I was a psychology major, so my family's like, what are you doing? I don't believe it, but I'm glad you're helping people. So it's like really funny. Her birthday's in December. See, this is it. This is it. And she's saying like, time. Don't underestimate how powerful you are. I just keep hearing that over and over again. Any books like on self-improvement or surround yourself with stories. Hi, if you're here, you might find yourself muted, but thank you for being here. I'm right in the middle of a reading, so lots of love and light sent to you. Say the thing again that you were just going to say. She wants you to watch movies. Hey, Jenny. She wants you to watch movies like of inspirational stories of women who didn't think they were going to make it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like the movie Joy, or like Oprah's story. Oprah started off doing her audience, I was going to say audience readings, audience shows on folded chairs, and did her own hair. So I have a feeling that you may be a perfectionist, and I feel like you're going to laugh when I say this. So I feel like you're going to feel like you have to wait until things are perfect for you to start. But I'm telling you that they're saying that they don't want you to do that. She's like, you just have to start. This is the right time. Like, she just keeps saying like, it is the right time. You've learned what you needed to know. Your spirit is unhappy at your job because it's like, I don't want to do this. You did everything that your family wanted you to do, and you're like, now I'm not happy. Like your family's happy that you're successful in doing what you're doing, but you're like, I am not happy. This is not feeding my spirit. And they're like, what has that got to do with it anyway? Nobody gets to feed their spirit. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, oh my God, I cannot talk to you. So I always say, don't talk butterfly language to a caterpillar. Okay, Sophia, don't talk butterfly language to a caterpillar. You're like, I'm gonna fly, and the caterpillar's like, how are you gonna do that? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's really important to be around like other inspirational stories. Do a vision board if you can, but keep your, hey Jessica, I'm right in the middle of a reading, but I want to say hi to you guys. Thank you for being here. You probably get muted, but it's just because I'm concentrating on my current reading. Please don't take it personally, and thank you for being here. Hey Virginia, I just got fired from my job and I don't know what to do next. Back to school or work to be unhappy. Got you. I just keep hearing that Katy Perry song. Follow what you're passionate about. If we get fired or we lose a job, everybody I know who's got fired, in the long run, when they look back at the plan, it was like they could see it was for you, not against you. And at the beginning of your reading, your grandmother's like, tell her this is for her, not against her, because I feel like you feel like life is happening to you and I feel kind of powerless. And that can make us feel very uneasy, fear, afraid, and depressed. So move what brings you joy, and you usually have like one other person to be like your witness or your encourager. And I'm supposed to tell you this really quick. She said, so I went to school with these guys and the one girl, and they wanted to have a company where they blended drinks and they were having us taste it. We were like, these are nasty. You guys are idiots. Like nobody's going to buy that. And they would call themselves the Juice Club, because I went to school in San Luis Obispo at Cal Poly. And your grandmother wants me to tell you, we all laughed at them because we were tasting these drinks and they were nasty. It's like warm carrot juice and wheatgrass. We're like, nobody's going to want that. We're all like Taco Bell and Burger King error. And fast forward to my daughter is like 4 and she has this texture thing, and I take her into Jamba Juice and it says, welcome to Jamba Juice, formerly known as the Juice Club. And then I see Kurt and Kevin's face on the little sticker. And I always think that there was a reason why I saw that, because we all laughed at them. So my advice to you would be to know that she's with you. She's a force to reckon with. I know people always say journal, but I do. Get yourself a blank notebook or journal. Make sure it's pretty, something that you love to do. Get colored pens, like really put some time into this, and keep writing. God and angels, what do I need to know about my future? Because I'm only going to be able to see so much. Your friends and helpers are only going to be able to see so much. You're the one who's going to get the downloaded vision. And even if you have to do something where it's a job, I'm not even kidding, whether it's like DoorDash or Uber Eats or something, so you can make an income and go back and work on your craft. Yeah, that's automatic writing. Dear God and angels, show me what I need to know about ... Show me what I need to know about my future ... Show me what I need. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. Show me the other thing that you were saying for her. The only thing that's going to be in your way is that perfectionism. And you're really smart, so you might overthink starting. I'm telling you with all my being, sweetheart, you're going to be 100% okay and move forward where you can. Does this make sense when I'm telling you this? It's almost like I don't want you at a job, because it's like you've had jobs, like you've had relationships where you do a lot and then the job doesn't appreciate you. I feel like that's an old pattern. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's an old pattern. For some reason, I just keep seeing that. So know when I'm seeing that, they're trying to help you get to another spot. I just keep hearing the word empowered. Is this making sense to you, sweetheart? Oh no. Oh, there she is. This makes sense, but I don't know exactly. This is about what this is about and where I am headed, and definitely is a pattern and feel like you're giving too much. So I always say I love being a reader. I love helping people, but I have had to see some counseling big time to help me feel worthy. And so if that doesn't help and you don't feel like doing counseling, that's fine too. But any affirmations of I'm worthy of help, I'm worthy of love, it's safe for me to be powerful, it's safe for me to be seen, like those really help. And surround yourself with stories. I feel like you're burnt from your other job, so I wouldn't go back and do things that you were doing from there, because can I be honest with you, it feels like you were in a bit of depression. I'm in therapy now, LOL. Definitely going, yes, and start affirmations. I feel like they just want you to get a job that's going to get your confidence up. And I don't know why, but I feel like it has to be a job where you go and then you leave and you don't have people calling you on the weekends. Do you know what I mean? 100% you were depressed. Yes, and been on medication for it. Exactly. So if you're feeling like and I love your counselor, by the way, so you're on the right track there, because sometimes I'll hear feedback about a counselor. I'm like, I don't know, but I like who you're seeing. So I know I'm pulling back a little bit, and I'm going to start giving Liz her reading, but these are the things that I want to reiterate, because you said I want to hear from my guardian angel, and immediately before I even did your reading, I was like, she's got mom or grandmother energy. It's from like Encanto. This woman feels so strong around you. I know this isn't going to make sense. I'm logical too, because I'm a psychology major. Get a journal and start writing what you want. Don't hold back. I want to start making $2 million a year. I want to make a good income so I can feel proud of myself and safe. Whatever it is that you want to do that. Light your candle. Give it 30 to 40 days just to try it. And if you feel comfortable, Grandma, saying, just ask for me, I'll help you. You can just say, Grandma, what do I need? You don't have to say, dear God and angels. It can be like, Grandma, I don't know what to do with my future. And then anything that you start to see, hear, and feel that's a positive direction, follow that. And I feel like you know what to do. I feel like you just need to pray for the courage to move. And because you've never had anybody do this for you before, you don't have the language and you don't have the support. Do you know what I mean? So look, there will be like one, I don't know why I say a guy, there will be one, or if you have a brother, but there will be like one or two people that come to help you so that you don't feel crazy, because your family's going to make you feel crazy. So I'd be like, I'm fine, I'm seeing therapy and I have a job, and then on the side, just do what you want to do. Just start creating. I don't know how else to tell you. I'm going to share a little bit about how I started to write children's books after this. So if you want to hang on, oh, nope. I don't know where that came from. If you want to hang on for a little bit, I'm going to do that at the end. But I am pulling back a little bit, and that's how I know that they feel like they've given you your message. And then I think I'm going to start doing Liz's reading, because I'll start to hear Liz, so I know I'm moving over to someone else. But I hope this helps you and has brought you some comfort today, to let you know you're on the right path. I understand the fear that you have around you. I'm asking people in here, because we have a bunch of light workers watching right now, is to please pray for Sophia, that she has the confidence to keep going in the direction that will bring her happiness. And if it means like working with, I feel like you need to work with non-judgmental people. I wish you could do like art with special needs kids or something. I want you around people that with unconditional love, so you can get your confidence back up. And until then, you're so sweet, you're welcome. And I have this recorded, so I'm going to put it over on my YouTube channel so you can read it back if you need that comfort, okay? But I hope that helps you, and stick around at the end. I'm going to be doing some silly things, not mediumship. I'm going to introduce you to, you were just working with kids. I don't like the environment that you were working with kids. That's why I feel like I like you more with like special needs kids, or an environment where it's easier. Like being an art teacher for kids. I love that. And I don't know how. I will only see a couple things, but just know I'll see a couple of, that's the direction that they're going. But I can tell you, she's telling me that you're Hold on, say it again. You're in good hands. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you, Grandma, for coming through so clear. And Liz, if you're still here, I appreciate you too. Thank you, sweetheart. I will be talking about the magic way that that I started my own self-publishing company after this, because I really want to help people. Thank you, Liz. Your mom is watching too. Okay. So Liz is the next person I will be answering after, and I do have moderators. Once I start the reading, you might find yourself being muted. Please don't take that personally. If I was doing a reading for you right now, we would be muting other people. We're just doing this to provide a safe environment so that I can concentrate on the person who's already paid for a reading, okay? Perfect. Thanks, moderators. If you're not following Kim, Aries, and Jenny, they are amazing, and they are my moderators, and they're just beautiful people, so thank you for being here. Okay. Okay, so Liz, you are up. I wrote some things ahead of time, so you could do me a favor and let me know who you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know what their relationship was to you. And a couple things that I started to see, I wrote them down ahead of time. Like, somebody was like, there's a T, the number 22, 3, like 3 kids. And there's like an Alex or an Ashley. There's an AL name that's coming through too. And this is for Liz, for your sister. Okay. Just so you know, and one of the things that I feel, let me go with the signs that she's showing. So she talks about, so she keeps saying AL. So I don't know if we have Ashley. It's like a name with an A and an L in it, like Alex, Alexander, Ashley, like there's an A and an L in a name, and that's either here or crossed over. They'll talk about everybody. Alex is her wife, but she's not passed, right? So they'll talk about people here and people who are over there with them, and for them to say Alexis. Okay, so I was like, Ashley, Alex, like what am I trying to say here? That's her way to show me that she knows. And she also draws a T. I don't know what that means. I don't know if I don't know the name that she's trying to show me. Again, she would be showing me a letter of somebody who represents her, or somebody crossed over. And I almost want to say Teresa, but it's not. It's like a female name. Can be a Tim. I'm just going to be open. But she won't stop drawing a T. She does that over and over. Not Taliban. It's not like that. It's a long name. Taryn? I must not know this name. It's like a name. So this is either her talking about herself, or she's talking about somebody who's still here. She shows me that. Taryn is her name. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, well, I don't understand the name. Thank you, and sorry about the other. I didn't have that name in my vocabulary. So Taryn. I keep seeing that. Show me anything else, sweetie. She says 3. So I don't know if she passed away on the 3rd month, the 3rd date, or if she has 3 kids, or there's 3 kids in the family. But she keeps showing me the number 3. She keeps talking about that. 3. I keep seeing 3. Does that make sense to you? She keeps bringing that up. She has 3 kids. Okay, perfect. This is her way of coming through. Liz, are you the one who's putting, I feel like I need to, did anybody ever call you Lizzie girl? Did anybody call you that? Like, I don't feel like Elizabeth is probably your name. Liz, that feels like not you when I say that. And then when I say Lizzie girl, I'm like, that feels right. So I don't know if someone actually called you that, but I feel like I'm going to call you that. And hold on one second. I don't know if she was 22, but I've been hearing the Taylor Swift song, I'm turning 22. So she mentions 22. So that's either a date or somebody's age. And she just keeps drawing 2. It's either that or it's 2. But I feel like I'm doing 2. She's like, but I see it over and over again. She passed on the 22nd. Okay, thank you. She's very like, can I say she's almost, I don't want to call her hyper, but I feel either like excited to talk to you or I feel hyper. I can't tell the difference. She does not want to talk about how she passes right now. She's like putting that to the side, but she's screaming to me right now. She's saying, Liz, you are doing enough. So I don't know if you keep running around, you're like, I'm not doing enough, or I don't know what to do, or I want to do more. I want to do more. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not doing enough. She's like, you are doing enough. She just keeps saying that. If you find yourself muted, I'm just in the middle of a reading, but thank you for being here. She makes me feel like you feel like you're not doing enough, or you want it to be perfect for her. So I don't know if you're putting her events together, or if you're the one who put her event together for honoring her passing, but I feel like even though she passed in a way, I don't know how she passes. I get numb, so that's usually like them showing me that they were part of their passing. She does want it to be like a celebration of life rather than a funeral, but she's saying, do what you have to do. Stephanie? Do what you have to do. Does that make sense? Like, do however you want it to do. That's going to be exactly. She was part of her passing, and we are having a celebration of life. Thank you. Stephen is here with me and her best friend. Okay, this is Stefan. Okay, this is amazing. I don't know. Is Stefan hyper? Is Stefan a sidekick? Like, I don't. And Stefan's like, how do I even say, like, if Stefan thinks like something's not right, he's gonna be like, this is bullshit. Like, he's gonna be like, this is not, no. But he's like, this is, I'm gonna be like watching over you. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry about laughing. Partners in crime, Stefan and her, yeah. But she makes me feel like he's like her Bonnie and Clyde's sidekick. He's her sidekick. But he makes me feel like he's blunt. Like, if he doesn't like something, do you know what I mean? Like, if you go to dinner and like they're late with the food and the food's terrible and somebody's like, oh, we don't have to, like, don't talk about anything. He's like, no, we're going to send this back. Yes, he is. Okay. He's blunt. Do you know what I mean? And if someone's full of BS, he's going to call them out. So she loved that about him. She says that I know you said that she had a spouse, but she does say that there's something about Stefan where he was was the love of her life. And if things would have been different, I don't know, if gender or something like that, or the way that they would have ended up together. She laughs about that. Does that make sense? Hi, Chrissy. If you find yourself being muted, I'm just in the middle of a reading, but thank you for being here. I can answer questions after. Thank you. Please don't take it personally if you're muted. I'm just in the middle of a reading, okay? Hold on one second. Are kids going to be at the celebration of life, and where they actually have, what, I see them like running around. Do you have like sparklers for them, or something glow in the dark? I keep seeing kids like this. I'm like, what do they have, like wands? If you find yourself being muted, please don't take it personally. I'm just in the middle of a reading. Thank you. And look, Jenny will tell you. Jenny and Kim. And something big is this weekend. She just keeps saying something big is like this week or this weekend. She keeps showing me that. I feel like the 30th. Did she just pass away? Like, just when you say the 22nd, was that just a couple days ago? And if so, I know you guys are watching and waiting for a reading and a message, but can you please tap the screen? Her funeral's on the 30th. Okay, just a few days ago. Wow, you guys moved fast. Do you know what I mean? She says Liz moves fast. Don't ask her to have something done if you don't want, like, she's like, she'll do it. And I don't mind if you guys comment like just hearts for Liz and show her support, that you're holding space for her and her family. And somehow I feel like, and I get this because when my mom passed, we all handled it different. I have a sister that likes to stay busy because that's her therapy. You staying busy, does that keep your, is that like, thank you guys for doing that for her. Is that your therapy? See all the hearts, we're holding space for you. Good job, you guys. Thanks, everybody. Show me the other thing that you were gonna say. Kids, I don't know why, I just keep seeing like, I don't know why I see this. Like, are they gonna be holding a candle? Are they sparklers? Like, I don't know. I just see kids and I see them going like this. I stay busy to help myself. I don't ever move slow. Okay, that's what I feel. So I'm just giving you the forewarning of this may hit people, and she shows me 5. So I don't know if you have 5 immediate family members left, if it's mom and dad and 3 siblings, or with like spouses if there's 5. She literally just shows me 5. So if all 5 of you are, and this can include her spouse too, are handling things different, if somebody's crying right now and then the one person, like, they're not crying and it's going to hit them later, that's fine. Be patient with each other. This was very, excuse me, how do I want to say it? This is like hard. Sometimes we have people just pass, and sometimes when they're part of their passing, or it's a tragedy, it comes with a different kind of feeling. The best thing that you guys can do is keep nurturing yourself. She's showing me that. And I hear a river running or a lake. It's a different kind of grief, no joke. And as a medium, I don't give advice to people on anything unless I've been through it. And I have been through all kinds of passings. Short, so I could be there. Long, so I could be there and kind of say goodbye and accept it. Fast and tragic. So I feel like they had me go through that. So when I'm doing readings for people, I not only can be compassionate as a person, but I've been in your shoes and I know. My dad is going to the river Saturday in her honor, her favorite place. How would I know that? It sounds so peaceful. Do you know what I mean? It sounds so peaceful. And I feel like she went there a lot. This has got to be like her favorite place, or I feel her there. I feel she was very sensitive for this planet. She tried to be tough, but it just did not work for her. She knows her family and friends adored her and loved her. So if there's anything like, I wish she would have reached out and talked to us if she was having problems. She never wanted to be a burden for other people. That's one of the things that I feel like she's showing me. And she wants me to explain that how this goes. We all come from this loving energy, and then we come to the earth's plane to like exchange and have relationships, and then we all go back there. So I call it home. You guys can call it heaven, the other side, universe, whatever you want to call it. But it is a place where you will be reunited with your family. And she says, don't worry about me, I am at home. She just keeps saying that. And I feel specifically a woman next to her and 2 gentlemen. So I don't know if she has, there's 2 grandfathers passed and 1 grandmother. She's showing me a grandmother and then 2 gentlemen. She shows me like that. And her kids all may be having their own grief process of how this is affecting to them. She used to say that, I just want to go home. My grandmother is passed and my grandpa. Okay. Did you guys, is there Fred or Frank, or did you guys used to watch Drop Dead Fred? She's like, Fred. I'm all, Fred? Reminds me of that song, Freddie, my love, I miss you more than words can say. So if her kids are having a challenging time, it's your favorite movie, Grease? Are you kidding me? People are always like, Jill, you sing so much on here. It's because I have no control over the messages they give me and why. I don't think this, by the way, ever, but I love Olivia Newton-John, and people are like, you kind of look like Olivia Newton-John. I'm like, that's like the biggest compliment ever. I love that movie too. So Freddie, my love, I miss you more than words can say. So this is what happens. They're already starting to show you signs. Yes, definitely, Kim. They're already starting to show. Oh, thank you. That's a huge compliment. I'm gonna start crying. She's already showing you signs. She just keeps talking about that. I don't know if your daddy's gonna see a dragonfly like hovering over the water, but I literally see, I'm by the water, and I swear I see, which is interesting because that's my logo, is a dragonfly, but I just keep seeing a dragonfly hover over, and I don't know if it's purple or blue, but I feel like she comes in colors that, did she say that yesterday? Did I give you guys this reading yesterday and she's talked about purple? If something's purple, that's not a coincidence. And so look and I love doing these readings for you so you can see this too. It's like, look for like, purple is her favorite color, yes, because I just kept feeling like a purple dragonfly, but I mean, if it's blue, then let's be open to that too. If you look up in the sky and you see a cloud that looks like a heart, or a butterfly, or you see something like a feather falls in your hand and you're like, I wonder if that's a sign from her, then it is. And hold on 1 second. She always said she wanted to go home. Every reading I do, when I say, where are you guys? So I can tell the people I'm giving a reading to, they always say, we call it home, but let people refer to it how they want to. So I do have a book on Amazon called I Am Home. So I don't think that's a coincidence that I'm giving you this reading and your sister was like, I just want to go home. That's what they all call it to me. That's where they say they are. So I want you to know that she is at peace and she is safe. She's finding further healing over there. I don't know if she was ever diagnosed with like being bipolar or anything like that, but I just feel, bottom line is, she was very sensitive, and I feel like this world was too harsh for her. I feel like she would have done better living in a small community with a garden. Yes, just recently. And I feel like she would have done better living in a garden or in a home like with a tiny house community and like gardens, like a couple chickens. Do you know what I mean? For the eggs. I just feel like the world was like just too heavy for her, too heavy. I don't know why I just keep seeing that. And I'm questioning this because I just told you about a book, but is someone considering writing a book? I'm just telling you, document all your signs and everything on how this goes down, because she makes me feel like she's very much around you guys, helping you get through this. It's good that Dad's going to the river. He needs it. Like, I'm going to go back to, let everybody mourn in the way that they want to mourn, okay? You were just talking about writing a book. Okay, that's not a coincidence, right? Hi, Alyssa. Sorry if you get muted. I'm just in the middle of a reading, but thank you for being here. If you find yourself muted, please don't take it personally. I will answer questions on how to do a reading after I take a break from this, but I want to make sure I'm doing good. So I am pulling back a little bit. My energy starts to drop once they feel like the messages have been delivered. But she keeps making me feel like, if you feel like you're at that event for her honoring her funeral or celebration of life, Liz, please know that if that negative voice comes saying, I feel like I'm not doing enough to honor her, I feel like I'm not, she's like, 1, you've never been through this before. 2, you are doing enough. Out of everybody, you would know exactly how she wanted to be honored. You would know the right things to have there, if that makes any sense. And I don't know if like, there's no way to describe her. Yes. Yes. The way she does it. Yes. I don't know. I'm tasting Taco Bell. Sorry to laugh. I'm like, is there anything else you want to tell her? I don't know if you're going to have Mexican food there or why I feel like I'm crunching into a taco, or if she liked Taco Bell, or why I'm biting into a crunchy taco, but I'm just telling you I am, and I have no idea why. So I'm like, great, now I'm going to be hungry for Taco Bell after this. I don't even like eat at Taco Bell, to be honest with you. I mean, I used to in the 80s. I haven't eaten at Taco Bell since like 1997, I think. She loved Mexican food. Okay, thank you. I'm all, why are you making me hungry for Taco Bell? Literally. That is so funny. Like, I want Taco Bell and like a Dr. Pepper or something like that. So ask Steven if that was like her favorite thing. I do. I want like a crunchy taco, and I want like, it's like cherry Coke or Dr. Pepper. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like that combination. And it's so funny. Dr. Pepper was her favorite. Are you kidding me? You can't make this up. Do you know what I mean? Once I start channeling them, it's like, great, now I'm hungry for Taco Bell and a Dr. Pepper. This is so funny. I'm literally craving it. So that's her way of showing me, like, if you want to have it catered by Taco Bell in her honor, do that. Don't, just do what you can do and take care of yourself. And just know after this, because there's that lull of like not doing anything, Liz, it may hit you hard, and just allow yourself to cry and let it go. I know for me, when she's wanted me to share this with you. My dad passed slowly. We were able to say goodbye. My dad wasn't really a great person. So it's almost like relief when he passed, because he was a major alcoholic, but and not a nice person ever. But my mom, when she passed, and she was great, and she passed away fast. And we had to do the service like how you're doing it. And 2 months later, I was at an event with Hay House Publishing for an I Can Do It conference. I don't know if they still do those. And I was in the hotel room, and I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was like, what is going on? And all of a sudden, I just started crying, like no crying I've ever done before, into my pillow. So she's giving me that for you, and I keep seeing a forewarning of this may hit you after. So just allow yourself to let it go. It's got to come out of your body some way. And sometimes people find themselves getting uptight and like snapping at other people. She doesn't want you to do that, because she says you don't like talking to people like that, but it's gonna eventually come out. So befriend it and allow it to come out, if that makes any sense. And I am pulling back a little bit now, but she just adores you. She loves her family. What she went through had nothing to do with lack of love from her family, spouse, or kids, or support of any kind. This had to do with more of a society way that we handle either mental illness or like sensitive people. We just don't, we're ill-equipped, aren't we? We just don't know. And I feel she was very much of an empath. But she's making me feel like her story will help others. And I feel like my eyes start watering when I say that. We appreciate you too. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. So I'm going to pull back a little bit. You guys were all asking. I'm not going to do more readings because I have a reading this evening, but I will answer questions now. And I just want to pause and thank the people that I've given readings to and their loved ones for coming through. Hi, Michelle. I want to thank the moderators for doing their job so that I can do this. And it's Josie. I want to know if the loved ones are coming through. I'm not doing any readings right now, sweetheart. I have to save my energy for the readings I'm doing later on. Thank you so much. Your loved ones are always with you. You just have to ask for signs. The best, thanks, Cass. What's your name? Cassie, you're amazing. Thank you. You have such good energy. Thank you for being here. Yeah, the mods are wonderful. Thanks, Queen Memes. So, what was I going to say? I know that I love being a medium and giving like specific messages. I'm so glad this is bringing you all comfort. But I'm also an educator and like teacher by nature. So it's so important to let you guys know you can talk with your loved ones. You can always just ask for a sign. It's going to be specific to you. When I see and I don't like people doing this because of the environment and the birds, but When I see a balloon that's been let go in the sky, I think of my dad, because back in the 90s back in 2000 when he passed away, we didn't know about the environment, so don't come at me. But we did let go of balloons and put notes on them. So anytime I see a random balloon floating in the sky, I think of my dad. A certain songs coming on the radio at a certain time. Thank you, Michelle. That's not a coincidence. Do dreams count? Absolutely. They visit you in your dreams. That's not a common thing, but they do. And you know the difference between a dream and a visit. As a dream is like, people will say, Julie, my dad's yelling at me in my dreams. I'm like, that's not a dream. That's like residue of like guilt feelings that you might feel, or something like that, and that come from the ego. But a visit is like where they come and they give you a specific message, and no matter what happens after that dream, you can't stop thinking about that dream. It's like so vivid even years later, and that's a visit. And you're usually very tired the next day as well. Olivia, can you give me some insight to my current job? You feel drained. I'm not doing readings currently right now. I'm going to do readings next week. I'm going to go live again. If you follow me, I can do that for you. But I always say this is the time to have courage and to start following our dreams of what we want to do. If COVID taught us anything, it was like these jobs are not as stable as we thought, so we might as well just start doing our art and moving towards following our passions. If you dream of someone at least once a week, is that normal? Anything's normal, whatever's normal for you. Excuse me. If they have an agenda of how they want to help you, and if you're really missing them and you need a lot of support, I could see how they could come once a week, which is so wonderful. You're welcome, Jenny. I know that asking Julie, I've been taking questions. Oh, I'm taking questions, but not for readings. Just like if you guys want to know if something is a sign, I can do that. But I don't have any more energy to do readings. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, Julie, I see you on there. I just have to save my energy. So doing cards is one thing, and I don't do angel cards anymore. I do private readings, or I can do. Are your readings private or only on here? I do private readings too. Thank you for asking. You can go to my website. It's peace-serenity, and that's where people fill out their requests, and then I'll get back to you right away. I do phone readings, I do Zoom readings, and I do text readings and readings on here. And sometimes people are like, I don't have money for that. That's okay. I try to be a service in any way that I can, and so I do come on here occasionally and do free readings. Like I'll just pop on in between my readings. But the thing that you need to know about me is I will not do readings when I'm tired. And that's why I stopped doing readings after these two, because I've already done readings this morning. I did those two, and then I have some readings that I'm doing later on today, and I have to save my energy. When I used to do cards, which I don't do anymore just because I feel like I don't need them, it wasn't as draining, but I'm strictly channeling here, so it drains me. I will definitely go and look, and you're amazing. Thank you for that reading. Thank you, Julie, for being here. Could you name a stranger's sweatshirt? Could a name on a stranger's sweatshirt be a sign? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And not only that, but someone's name being like, you hear a name. My mom's name was Lillian, but she went by Elaine, which is funny because I feel like a nickname should be shorter than your actual name. But anyway, her birth name was Lillian. So I took my special needs sister to Disneyland, and the lady who came and helped us name her name was Lillian, which is not a name that you see very often. So seeing a name on someone else's like tag when you're thinking about your loved one, that's not a coincidence. It's like signs are them waving to you to let you know. And if you have to ask, was that a sign? It's a sign. Like I saw Fruit Loop the other day and started crying because I know that was a sign from my nephew. because I have a story about Fruit Loops, and if you want to see any stories on there, you can look. Elena, my daughter, just finished her last illustration on her book. Any recommendations or advice? Because I have written books before. If she wants to get an agent to write her book, she can do that. You can look, I would just follow some like TikToks or some videos like how to find a publisher, or if she wants to self-publish, you can go to KDP. Just make sure there's an ISBN code on all books. I know this is going to be backwards. There's an ISBN code on there. Stores will use that to like, it's like your little logo. It's like that's the code for your book. Make sure you own that. So do your research and look into like owning that, because if you go through a self-publishing company that they own the ISBN, then they own it. Do you know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you buy your own ISBN code, and make sure that you get your book before it's published registered with I cannot remember the name of it, the Library of Congress, because that's where all the books where like other people go to order will be in there. So Library of Congress, they will not register your book once it's published. That's something that I did not know. Oh, I love this. So Chrissy, back to the question of seeing a shirt on a stranger's t-shirt, is that a sign? She says it's spelled Denise, like Denise, but it was on a sweatshirt at a gas station. Yeah, that's a sign. That is a sign. And be aware when I have you guys on here, this is, you're welcome, sweetheart, and let me know. If you guys have anything that you're doing, I want to share it. I want to do shout outs for you. So Jacqueline isn't in here right now, but she does Reiki, and I remember when she first got a reading from me and she's like, I wanted to start doing Reiki, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you should. And then now she's doing it, and I so want to share and help people with their platforms. How do you know that it's a good spirit, not a bad spirit? So I don't believe in bad spirits, so I only teach what I know. I do believe that there are people trying to give you messages on the other side. And so I only stay in the love and light. That's why when I'm channeling, I always say, God and angels, please show me what I need to know about this person. I have met only bad spirits who are humans, who are using drugs, and their drugs have taken away their spirit. So sometimes spirits on the other side will want to communicate with somebody to say that they are sorry, or they had bad energy upon their passing. So we will feel that and feel like, oh, they're a bad spirit, but they're just showing us like, I was not a good person when I was here. But all spirits that transform to here to there, because my mom had a near-death experience and so did my sister, and I watch a lot of like Brian Weiss, Many Lives, Many Masters. So when I'm about to say this, people go, how do you know? It's because I make sure that everything's backed up factually, and they cross over to this white light, and they are not the same person that they were here on the spirit. They transform to 100% love, and then they have to work on things. So for example, like my dad was a horrible person, just trigger warning. I was the only one that he physically abused in my family. I had to stop it on my own because no one else was stopping it. He was an alcoholic and a narcissist, very selfish. So when he crossed over, I did not want him to come to me, because I was like, well, if you weren't here on the earth's plane, like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. And then when he crossed over, he comes to me now as a toddler. He's this pure spirit. Before he hardened his heart, before whatever happened to him with lack of love happened, now he's this little toddler who's always trying to help me. So my dad is different. Sunny says, I love your book. Loved your book. Thank you. For those of you who don't know what she's talking about, I have a book called I Am Home, and it is on Amazon and Kindle. I'm in the middle of writing an ebook right now on signs. Hi Jess, I'm just on here answering questions like how to look for signs, but I'm not officially doing readings. But I do want to send you some love and and support. So, okay, so it's silly time. If you want to stay, stay. If not, that's fine. So a lot of people, I don't have my books. I should have my copies when I do this. But anyway, things don't have to be perfect. So some of you guys wanted to know, I'm going to have you guys meet somebody. I have a special guest today. Whoops. So when I was younger, I was bullied. So you're going to meet somebody here. And I was bullied so severe that I tried to unalive. So I tried to do something where I was not here. Then when I was older, I kept having this vision of like this book, like Ellie stands up to the bully, and I like would write the story and everything. And I really wanted this story to happen. And I kept trying to publish it, but I was married at the time, and nothing that I did was working. So if anybody's like the manifestation in the book The Secret, and you're like, oh, this is against me, not for me, stay here. This is gonna make sense. So I was like, why did I have this stupid dream if it's not happening? Like I literally tried to self-publish and the book fell apart, so I had to get my money back from that self-publishing company. And I was sitting at this cafe and I was crying, and I was like, now I'm going through this divorce. Literally, I just lost both parents. Then my dog died. Then my nephew passed away tragically. I was like, good God. And sometimes, you know, when back-to-back things happen, we're like, what the heck? I'm a good person. Am I not? Like, I don't believe in curses, but it's like, am I cursed? Like, what? Why is this all against me? And I do believe that people that are here to inspire other people and give a message of hope go through some challenges, right? They always land on their feet and are here to help other people. So I was sitting at this cafe. So if you have a dream, keep going, because if you stop and try to figure it out, it's not going to happen. So I like tried to self-publish this book. It didn't work. I tried to find, what is it called? Yeah, Queen, no kidding. I tried to go through a publishing company. No one would pick it up. So I'm sitting there, look it up. It's called Campbell, Stacks in Campbell, California. And I was sitting there at the counter. I would always go there and write my book. So they knew. They're like, oh, she's writing a book about Ellie stands up to the bully. It's like this elephant. And it's gonna like, she's really passionate about. She's been writing her book here at the counter. We can't wait to see it happen. So nobody was publishing the book. I tried self-publishing. It fell apart. So the manager came up to me, is like, have you ever thought about self-publishing? I'm like, I looked into it. It's like $3,000. I do not have the money for that. I'm going through a divorce. And he went in the office with the owner's son, and they, it made me cry. They wrote me a check for $3,000, and they made it out to me, and they're like, here, go make your dream happen. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, go have your dream happen. And I was like so devastated. I couldn't, like, I stopped doing readings because my heart was empty. I won't do readings like when I'm going through tragedies. And I was like, I can't take this money. They're like, you have been here helping other people, you know, donating to our Christmas funds, like, go take this. So I was like, okay. So I went home and I looked up Mike Mott's Publishing, and I published my book. And I was so happy, but I felt like I needed a puppet. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't have, thank you, Queen. I didn't have money for the puppet. Like, why do I need a puppet? But I used to be a preschool teacher, so I was like, I need a puppet. I need a puppet of Ellie. Like, I need to go and have this puppet. So I went to try to manifest this, and then my daughter called me because she was going through this all with me, and she's like, my stomach hurts. I can't do this. I need to, like, yes, it's called I Am Home. And I need to be like, I need to go to the mall or something. So it's 11 o'clock. The mall's just opening. I'm pissed because I'm like, I'm trying to manifest getting a puppet. Like, how am I going to do this? And I run into my friend Susie, and she's like, oh, hey. And we are the only ones there. It just had opened. It's during the week. And her daughter had just gotten like teeth work so she can go to school. So the two girls went off and went shopping at like Hot Topic or something. And Susie's like, what are you up to? And I'm like, to be honest with you, I'm going through a divorce right now, and I've lost a lot of people in my life. I quit doing readings because I don't have the energy for it, but I did start writing children's books because it's been a dream of mine to do that. And so then I got the money. I told her about that. She was like so amazed. And she's like, do you have money for the puppet that you're talking about? And I was like, no. And she's like, I'll give it to you. What? And I was like, no, you can't do that. She's like, get out of it. Because I used to advocate for her children, and I would always buy them like Christmas presents. And horseback riding lessons, like whatever they needed, because they were going through a rough time in the 3rd grade. And she's like, you did all that for us, let us do something for you. So this isn't gonna make sense for the rest of the work I do, but I really hope this helps you guys believe in yourself. But this is Ellie. Hey guys, hello. And I take her to schools with me, and I wrote, Ellie stands up to the bully. And look at her, she's like full on, she's like a toddler. So I take her to schools and we talk about thank you. She's like, she's so cute. Everything is connected, and it shows up when you're supposed to be. Totally. Of course you would say that, butterfly bookworm. So I just, the more I do my work, I'm like, I'm not gonna show a puppet after I do readings, but I do wanna just, you know, you guys, we have to stop like overthinking. Just put yourself out there. I love working with kids, and I've always dreamt that she'll be like the next Elmo because she's just so beautiful.
And I love you guys, and believe in yourself, because there isn't anything you can't do.
But like, I'm serious, I take her out when I do readings, I read the book Ellie Stands Up to the Bully. That's on Amazon too. And I take her, and kids start talking to her. And not only kids start talking to her,
but the office people too.
Yes, and the office people. And my dream, I'm just gonna say it out loud, is that I want Ellie to be like the next Elmo. I want her to be like Impact Ellie. I can just picture her
being a stuffed animal, saying, I love you, and you're special.
And you would be so soft, Ellie.
I would be so cuddly, like a squishmallow. Yep.
And so I have another puppet of her too, but the reason why I do readings is to help people like be open to your dreams, and don't stop, because had I stopped writing because those things didn't work out, because I went through a divorce, because people started dying in my life and I was like heartbroken, I would have stopped. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to read some. Ellie, let's read some stuff.
Let's do it. You guys need to believe in yourself. Come on.
I know. She's so cute. I was like, I'm going to pull her out. Thanks, Butterfly Bookworm Queen. She's so cute. I love her all day, every day. So cute, Sunny. Thank you. Mother of your love. Hello from Florida. Oh, blessings to you. She's so cute and love it. And that's awesome. My daughter has got to see this. So I repost these over on YouTube too, so that you guys can see. As a therapist, we use puppets. Yeah, so I used to be, exactly, because kids can talk to them so easy. I have her on my hand. I'm not like a ventriloquist. I'm not like pretending. And I literally put her like on my hand, and this little kid was like, can you move away? Because I want to tell Ellie something. And I was like, okay. So she's like, what is it? And they're like, I want you to come back again. I really love you. And she's like,
I love you too. You're so special.
And I just was like, this is it. And so I do this type of work, but when I was going through all my tragedies in life, I was like, this is too much for me. When you have back-to-back tragedies, it's like no joke. I used to like send my kids off to school, cry on the living room floor, get up, take a shower, and go take care of them. But I like, my dreams were like, I didn't have like anything to do, any energy. So if anybody has a dream and you're wondering like how, and you keep like overthinking it, I had dreamt about Ellie since 1997 when I was pregnant with my son. And had I not moved forward and kept writing the book and looking into publishing companies and going to the mall, like I thought that was a deterrent. I was like, great, I'm gonna go to the mall with my daughter. And this is another thing where I'm doing that, where I could be like manifesting this puppet. And then I went and saw Susie there. And then Susie, because I advocated for her kids and now she had money where I didn't, she was like, let me help you. So that's how Ellie Stands Up to the Bully came about. And we actually have NBC News did an interview and things like that. Julie's school children will need you in their class more than ever. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And we haven't even introduced you to Roger. I have a puppet named Roger too. So that's my dream, you guys. I really want Ellie to be like the next Elmo. I think we need a female role model puppet.
Yes, we do. Yes, it's time. Don't stop believing.
I love you, Ellie. Okay, so I'm gonna get going. I hope that this shows you guys you don't have to just have one category. I love inspiring other people. I love being a teacher and writing, but I write these books, I write children's books. I wouldn't ask you to start believing in yourself if I hadn't walked that walk too and went through the unknown. I feel like we're talking about Frozen, into the unknown. But many of us stop because we want like perfectionism, or we think like, if this would have happened, it would have happened already. Things are not easy. The book The Secret makes you feel like you can visualize it and you can have it. And I see a lot of that on here. And I'm telling you, that's not exactly true. Sometimes you have a dream and there's got to be stuff that clears. Do you know what I mean? And some like people pleasing or habits that you have, or someone who's on your team who you really think is going to be there and have quality with you is not who you thought they were. The agent I had at the time, I was like, why is my book not getting published? And I had an agent and everything, and he ended up embezzling from his company. So even like God and the angels were having my back when I thought they weren't. So if you're watching this live or watching it later and you have a dream, just move where you can and let go and trust that the universe is going to bring you exactly what you need at the exact right time. You are so inspiring, Julie. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. So much love to all of you. If I was lucky enough, oh, it's just what you needed to hear, Butterfly Bookworm, I'm telling you. And I'm dyslexic. That's the other thing. I can't even like edit my own writing. Some people are like, Julie, I'm not a good writer. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot. But you just have to try. Okay, you guys? And with that, I'm going to send you lots of love and ask God and the angels and your family, like really bump it up with signs, inspire them. Hey, Brie Bell, happy birthday to your, or no, it wasn't happy birthday, was it? It was International Son's Day with a picture of your son. He's so cute. So cute. I'm just logging off to go get ready for my other reading, but I love you guys. Thank you, moderators, for being here. If I was lucky enough to give you a reading today, thank you so much. And I know it sounds cliche, and everybody says it, but you have a dream in your heart for a reason, and just keep following it because something good is going to happen. And sometimes bad things happen to good people, and I hate that, but I know that with love, that can be transformed, and what was the bad thing that happened to us, we can use that to inspire others. And I really believe that with all of my heart. Perfect. All right. I love you guys. I will see you soon, and I'll be posting the next time I go live, which is probably like next week. I'm so glad you needed this. I do record these and put these over on YouTube. So much love to all of you guys. Take care.